In this video, we're going to talk about how we can use price action rules to help us navigate the market and identify high probability setups. Right now, we're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures, and when I'm analyzing the structure, I can see that we started with bullish trend working higher. Right now, we have this break of the trend, and we expect new high to be tested. What we can also do, there can be small break like this break push to a new extreme, but because the break is very tiny, it also makes sense to play a little bit wider. So in case you're playing this wider, you're going to pay attention to the EMA and you're going to pay attention to what the structure is going to do right now. So let's see what's going to happen. And market keeps pushing back above the EMA, and it kind of makes sense that market wants to test the new high. You have a new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long. We have a second entry long right here where this uptrend wants to get new high, the main one, but the signal bar is pure doji indicating indecision. So we can't really go long just yet. Market keeps going higher, can reset first entry long, and we created new high for this channel to the left, break, push to new extreme. Now when I'm analyzing this push to new high, I can see that there are a lot of bars inside of this push, okay, a lot of bars, and the push is getting quite long. So what I like doing is connecting the first two swings and using the secondary channel, something like this, okay. But I want to see one more push phase because we just had a new high for the potential channel. Once again, there can be tiny break in a new high, but because the break is so tiny, I'm going to remain safe and I want to have some confirmation. Okay, new high, second entry long, far from the EMA, and I have significant push phase working higher. So this push right here told me, okay, there are a lot of bars in this uptrend and I can focus on this secondary pattern. So as a price action trader right now, I know what structure I'm trading. Okay, market is going higher. I have a series of high highs and high lows. The exponential moving average is pointing up, and right now my goal is to reset the count at each new high and count for high probability setup at the key entry point. The key entry point is either EMA or the trend line, because this is the place where correction phase will end and a brand new push phase will start. So market is correcting. We have a second entry long, but it's below EMA. Of course, I cannot go long below EMA while the downtrend is in play. I have to draw the short-term correction because there are always corrections part of every trending market. And right now we have consolidation, bad congestion below EMA on these bars. So I'm not even thinking about going long right now. I want to go long, but I want to see some breakout pullback, okay? Because this is a congestion, small trend range, and as we know, most breakouts out of trend ranges will fail. And I can take breakout pullback because it is with the direction of the main trend. Okay, we have a break higher, pullback, so this is the breakout pullback. This resistance is now acting as a support, and also what I can do is just draw it a little bit tighter, like this, and we are bouncing off this trend line. And this is high-low breakout pullback because we have a new low, first entry short, second entry failure, high-low confirmation setup. So this right here is high-low confirmation setup. When I saw this bar initially, I wasn't excited to go long only because the signal bar is quite weak. But when I gave it a thought, I saw, okay, we're bouncing off the trend line, we're bouncing off the EMA, it's a breakout pullback as well. I have to go long because signal bar matters, but the stronger the context is, the less signal bar matters. Okay, so this right here is a high-low breakout pullback. It's confirming the channel, 4 bounce of the channel, downtrend played out with the break, 2 attempts to test the new low. Once market tries to do something twice and it fails, it's going to go in the opposite direction. We combine it with the trend and we have a breakout pullback, great high probability setup. The market continued to go higher. Okay, I was actually holding a decent runner. Okay, I'm gonna also grab my new extreme here, new low. And the trend is still in place, so I'm still thinking about buying, okay? Price action trading is simple. New high, once again, count reset. I have a new high, first entry long, pullback, and I have another second entry long. And this right here almost looks to be too textbook because you have clear two-legged pullback down. Notice how broad these two legs down are. The broader they are, the more it's negating any broader channel. So we can conclude that there's a break in new low. So this right here is a great signal bar, 2 legs down, strong rejection of the EMA. Uptrend is new high. This is a great high probability setup. Second entry long. Textbook two-legged pullback in a bullish trend. You have to ride it for a while, and you actually have, it's like a mini second entry long combined with a triple test. 1 bounce, second bounce, third bounce. This is a little bit better entry because here you're buying quite close to these highs, but it's still a great trade to take. If you're not holding this trade, and you still want to go long because you can see buyers still buying at the EMA, triple test holding, you have key entry point again, and a great small bar. Now you're buying much lower with more room to scalp out, and this is great triple test, also mini second entry long, and I believe it's a so like a new low, first entry show, second entry failure as well. but mainly you can view it as a triple test. Okay, now you have high-low confirmation setup, but at this point you're going long direct into these highs, and you're supposed to be holding either one of these trades. So this is way too far up, and it didn't even get a trigger. And great set of high probability trades. You have a new high, but market keeps going higher. And because I can see trend being so structured, pullbacks are minimal, a lot of bars working higher. The break is so tiny. Let me just adjust it and draw the trend line a little bit wider. And lo and behold, I can still keep the first two swings. The structure is intact, and this trend looks very good. So you're still holding a runner. Fantastic trades to start the day with. They offered great runners. Okay, we're going sideways, we're going sideways. We're going sideways quite a bit, and now we have failed breakout. You have failed breakout out of this congestion. It's a decent trade. We're not fully near the trend line, but it's a decent trade because most breakouts will fail. Now we can see there is some empty room, and market is overdue for correction, but this is decent setup to consider failed breakout out of this congestion. You're also thinking about high-low, which you want to see high-low fairly quickly. We actually have a high-low here. Now we have high-low confirmation setup. The problem, what's wrong with this high-low is that it formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars later. You prefer this high-low to form right after the failed breakout. Now that the failed breakout is so struggling to break higher, and you have 4 or 5 more bars going sideways, it's back into this consolidation, and now the consolidation got really long. It's a little nuanced. If you took this trade, no problem, I'm going to mark it. But you can definitely tell the lower high is supposed to form right here after the failed breakout, not 5 bars later, because now if you're going to combine it with the congestion to the left, we're really going sideways for quite a while. Why the failed breakout struggled to break higher for such a long time? Something is telling you there's probably a depletion. It would have ended up being a losing trade, no problem. Gonna redraw a brand new downtrend. Correction now is happening. One leg down, break, second leg down. Downtrend played out, okay. And we have significant push above EMA indicating resumption. Uptrend needs to get new high according to trendline rule. If I'm going to zoom back, this is clear uptrend working higher, clear market structure. There is no conflicting variable whatsoever. We need to get new high. Broad two-legged pullback indicating bearish depletion. The uptrend is still the pattern. Can I get high-low first? I can choose short. I have high-low here. Now you're buying quite at the top of the move. You still have room to reach new high. If I would be watching this because I was on my break, I would probably try some deeper limit order. It's a great high-low context-wise, but it's a little bit harder to enter at the very top of the move. So I'm going to mark it a little bit more aggressive. Great context because it's clear. 2 legs down, push above EMA. But it's just closing a little bit too far up. It's better headed from a little bit lower. So you don't have to buy at the top of the move. But it's okay because you expect new high. So still, it's okay to buy at the top because today has been such a bullish day. It makes sense. Market created push to a new extreme, okay. And once again, you have to ask yourself, is the market behaving like there is a break in new high? Not really, because you have one push up, second push up, third push up. Once again, quite significant bullish momentum. This can happen when you are trading a strong trending market. There can be many bigger channels working together, many channels working at the same time. I'm going to redraw the downtrend working lower. New high, first entry long, pullback. No second entry long here. You actually have second entry long right here. Okay, because you have a new high, first break higher, pullback, no break here, no break here. You have a break here, so this right here is a second entry long. But visually, you can tell that this looks like this was second entry long, and this looks like it is high-low. Okay, you can definitely tell it looks like this, but technically, this was the second entry long. Now, after breaking new high, we have to skip the second entry long. But this is a little bit nuanced because we talked about how it resembles basically high-low confirmation. This was almost second entry long. So you can consider, I'm debating whether to mark it green or more aggressive because we just had a breaking new high. So you generally want some confirmation. Confirmation would be high-low. But because it really looks like this is high-low and this was a second entry long just by one tick almost, you can consider. And now we have the real new low, first entry short, second entry short failure. The confirmation, EMA keeps holding here and here. You actually have some key level here as well, using this bounce, this bounce, this bounce. And I actually took this trade as well, but because you're going long quite far up, not at the bottom like this, I use much deeper limit order, and this right here is a failed second entry short. Okay, because this is the lowest low of the pullback. There's the first entry short. Even though it's inside bar, we broke the low. So first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure, and uptrend continues to go higher. I actually got my runner to the tick. But if you're holding this second entry long high low, you can actually continue holding runner. So really great price action today. Market keeps working higher, tiny pullbacks. So because the trend is so structured, I'm gonna widen it just a little bit as well, because it's not acting as a new high. This is typical when you're trading a strong trend. Just a lot of these channels, they will be expanding. Can I get second entry long? New high can reset. First entry long, no second entry long. New high can reset. We're breaking below EMA, so I have to respect the correction phase, breaking new low. And now we're getting right into the close. Buyers are taking profits. This is the overall structure for today. And this was really phenomenal price action, straight up. A lot of great high probability setups. You have to really see this one through because it's really making you sweat. It took a long time. It looked like you're gonna get stopped out, but you have to go through the rules and the reasons why you like the trade in your head. Okay, 2 legs down, break new low, you're at the EMA, uptrend is new high, structure is bullish. So you simply have to place the stop loss one tick below the signal bar where the stop loss belongs and just let the trade play out. If you're feeling the need to take it at break even or close the trade early or lower your target profit that is telling you that you didn't accept the risk of the trade, maybe walk away and don't stare at the screen and come back 5 minutes later and the trade will either work or it won't. That's what trading is about. You cannot overthink it. Once you do your analysis, just place the stop loss where it belongs and the trade's either going to work or it won't. Okay, there was this tricky high low which you would end up having a losing trade, but it's okay. There are a lot of trades to take advantage of anyway. So just goes to show that you're not too worried about having losing trades, because if you follow the rules, they give you an edge, and 8 or 9 times out of 10 you're gonna come out on the top. So great price action, especially today. It allows you to catch a few decent runners. You have a lot of trades, this one right here, potentially this one, this high low, even here you can catch a lot of decent runners, and all you really need is just few of these great runners to really change the math and build that financial cushion to boost your accounts. Because what you can also do, you can copy multiple prop firm accounts, and all you can do is just have few of these runners and you're basically done for the month. You don't have to trade the whole month. And lately I've been personally quite lucky with getting few decent runners, and this is what I liked when I was starting out. Because when you're starting out, when you're a few months in, it feels difficult. You feel like you're better buying when you think about selling, and you're better selling when you think about buying. It feels like you're supposed to be doing the opposite, because trading is very counterintuitive and it takes a while to stop using your common sense and start trusting the rules, because trading is a skill. This is a skill like anything else. Every market has its nuances, tendencies, and the more you watch it, the better you get, the more you understand the tendencies of the market, the more your gut feeling will be developed. But when I was starting out and I had few bad days and then I had few decent days with few decent runners, I was like, all I need is just few of these good decent trades, few good decent days, and I can be break even for the rest of the month and you can still make decent money. And that's really the case. All you need is just few easy days, few great runners, and then you can be break even for the rest of the month. Now, you're not going to make a ton of money, but you can still make decent money. And of course, if you get more experience, you're going to have more winning days and more winning days. But this should really give you the hope when you're starting out, because when you're starting out, it's not easy, okay, because you're learning a brand new skill. You basically are immersed in the markets and you're trying to use the rules to navigate the market correctly, but you don't have the confidence yet in your read and the rules, and you simply haven't been burned enough. You have to get burned a lot of times. You have to have a lot of losing trades to learn from. So when you're starting out, don't be afraid to trade, because you're going to learn from your losing trades. You're going to learn from your winners. So trade, shoot the gun so you know where you can adjust, because if you never fire, you never know how far away you're from the target. So shoot so you know exactly what you're supposed to be working on and you will get better. But not every single day has to be a winning day. All you need is just few really easy trading days where you can get 2-3 winning trades, especially once you start incorporating runners, and you're good. And as you get more experience, it gets easier and easier, and you're gonna have more and more winning days. But yeah, strong uptrend day. You can tell that every single time your channel has a breaking new high, but market keeps going higher and pullbacks are tiny. It happened here, it happened here again, and here again. There's probably a bigger channel and you're still supposed to be thinking about buying. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day, and I'm gonna talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.